Last year completely changed my life of my family. After Russia attacked Ukraine, me and my wife, we have realized that our life will never be the same. It's changing forever. In about 5-6 months after this war started, Pastor Sean and Westlake came and visited us in Finland. He asked me, in this situation, do you see any light right now? Do you see any resolution? And I remember I told him, no, I just feel that everything is dark around. And then we came back to Russia, and in September, mobilization was announced. It was very scary, and there was a conversation that the borders could close within a week. We never wanted to move from Russia, we never planned it, but we have realized that because of our history of relationships with American church and proclamation of Lordship of Jesus became very, very dangerous. And so we made a decision literally in one day, and we fled the country. The only possible place for us to go was Turkey, so we fled to Turkey.
On the third day, after my family arrived in Turkey, we went to the store, and my wife, Ale, told me that she was not feeling good. And she fell to the floor, and then her body completely shut down. She lost consciousness. I started screaming, I started calling for help. They didn't understand what I wanted from them. I felt like there was nothing I could do. I'm in a place where no one understands me.
Then we decided to fly to Mexico with the hope that we'll be able to cross the border, but none of us had US visas. So we flew to Mexico with the hope we'll just approach the border and ask about asylum, which we did for 4 times, and all of them were unsuccessful. After the last unsuccessful attempt, we have realized we can't try anymore. And I would say it was the worst night in my life because we were very, very tired and exhausted from moving, but even more, we were completely exhausted emotionally, and I just broke in tears, and I couldn't stop, and I was almost crying to God, why? Why is it so hard? What should we do? And we felt that we were completely stuck because we're waiting, but we didn't know what we're waiting for, and we didn't know what's next.
After a while, she regained consciousness. The ambulance and first responders came, suggested her to go back so she could do a health check, but she said, no, let's stay with the plan that God offers us. Let's trust Him with all of this.
We lost everything, but as I think about this, the most difficult for us in this whole journey is to wait, because I think every day you live in this inner conflict between understanding God's will and trusting God. It's hard. It's hard because you believe in God's will, but it's not fulfilled immediately. It's extended over time, and you have to live in this. When we still were in Russia, we prayed that maybe God will just do a miracle and somebody will send us a green card and we'll get it and fly here happy and satisfied, but it didn't happen. And then we flew to Mexico. I never forget when we would approach borders just to see American side of this border. It's literally so close, the place where we can be safe, the place of hope, but then every time it was unsuccessful. It's very easy to lose your mind in all of this, but we know for sure, and we experienced it so many times, but we can't trust God, we can't trust Jesus. We just pray, God, this whole journey, we saw your mercy and your hand on each step of this journey. So we trust you, God, and we're ready to accept whatever you have in store for us.